But the count stays full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Herrera is doing everything he can to hit the right side of the infield hole. You've got Stewart playing up the middle, Tolia holding the base runner, and there is a wide open right side of the infield. Herrera trying to hit it, and he fouls it back again. Herrera has already hit that hole earlier in the ball game with Weatherholt at first. Well, he's trying to do it one more time here in the 3rd inning. Weatherholt continues to break on the pitch towards second base. And there he goes again. And again it is fouled to the right side, out of play. Fastball's in by Singer. And fouled off to the right side by Herrera. Now looking at a 5th 3-2 pitch. Here we go. And again it is fouled to the right side, out of play. Sooner or later, Weatherholt's going to get tired of running. He has made a dead sprint towards second base 5 consecutive pitches in a row. He's about to do it again. Getting tired watching him. Another 3-2. Again he runs. It is ball 4, and that is much ado about nothing. So the first 2 batters aboard again for the Cardinals, as they were back in the 1st inning. It was a hit by pitch and a single through the right side by Herrera in the 1st, ultimately netting the Cardinals their lone run in this ball game. And now they've started that machine up again here with 1 out in the 3rd. Weatherholt at second, Herrera at first, and here's the ever-dangerous Alec Burleson. Fastball misses off the outside corner. 1 ball, no strike count. Singer readies, check second once, pitch, and he's going to miss up and away. This time a cutter sailed out of his hand a bit early. 2 ball, no strike count here to Burleson. Burleson riding a 6-game hitting streak, and he has hit the Reds well. 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Good breaking ball down and in. And Burleson, he had some kind of swing at that pitch. Just stirring up the dust around home plate. 2 ball, 1 strike count. You don't want to leave it on the plate with that kind of swing. Fastball up and in. That will back Burleson out of the way. Now it's a 3 ball, 1 strike count. Oh, what to do, what to do. One out. Boy, you'd love to have a ground ball here. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him to chase a backdoor breaking ball. And Burleson right over the top of it, and that'll run the count full. Singer's pitch count is mounting rapidly. He is about to throw his 60th pitch of the ball game with 1 out here in the 3rd. Swing and a miss, and he strikes out Burleson. A heck of a slider down and in. 2 down. Boy, you don't see that much by Burleson when he's playing against the Reds. And this was a breaking ball that started low. He went after it, and by the time he got the barrel somewhere close to the ball, that ball was bouncing into the mitt of Tyler Stevenson. Here's Jordan Walker. Pulls it foul down the 3rd baseline. A first pitch breaking ball from Singer. So 2 outs here in the Cardinal 3rd. They have runners at first and the second base. And their 2 best RBI men are coming to the plate. You got one of them in Burleson. You got to get another in Walker. Turn back towards second base. Singer almost threw towards Sal Stewart, but he held the ball. The count is 0-1 here to the big fella Jordan Walker. Walker grounded out his first time up on a fastball right on his knuckles. Swing and a miss. Fastball up and away, and he's underneath that one. No ball, 2-strike count. The problem you have throwing a 2-strike breaking ball to a guy like Jordan Walker is he can hit the ball 4 or 5 inches off the ground and 6 inches off the plate. He has tremendous reach. And as strong as he is, he can still control the barrel of the bat, even in that kind of an awkward position. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and it's a slider down and away, and Singer thinking right along with me. He really buried that one off the plate and down. 1 ball, 2-strike count. Singer sets. He'll turn it loose. Breaking ball, and Stevenson is going to challenge. Looked like the ball was on the plate, but it might have been a tad low. That was awfully, awfully close. And it'll be a ball.
Call confirmed.
That's a heck of a pitch. I don't know how you lay off that. But that's why Jordan Walker's hitting at a 288 clip. It's a 2 ball, 2-strike count. Back to the plate. Fastball up and in. Checked his swing in time. And from 0-2 to 3-2 goes Singer with this big fella, Jordan Walker. He started his swing, but he held up just in the nick of time. So the runners will be on the move here, both Weatherholt and Herrera. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Driven into center field. Long run, Myers. He's not going to get it. That's a home run. An absolute line drive bullet right on top of the batter's eye, just clearing the yellow line by a hair. And it is 4-0 Cardinals. The 26th home run of the year for one Jordan Walker. And he is now at the 93 RBI threshold.
Well, you look at that swing. He was out in front of it. Just kind of dropped the barrel down there. Got the barrel to it, though, even though he was out in front.
That is power is what that is.
Bingo. Didn't look like he hit it hard.
Popped up off the bat of Joshua Baez into foul territory. Singer ahead, no balls and a strike.
But just because it didn't look like he hit it hard doesn't mean he did, because he did.
Well, you could see Myers. I think Myers thought he had a play on it, and may have, but he ran out of room. That ball was blistered. Popped up again back behind home plate off the bat of Joshua Baez. It's a 1 ball, 2-strike count. 2 down in the inning. Solo home runs you can live with. 3-run home runs, those are things you cry about. Pulled foul down the third baseline. That'll be in the seats and out of play. One ball, 2-strike count here to Baez. The pitch, and it is just off the outside corner. Oh, I thought that was a strike. Two coming. Swing and a miss. Threw it by him for strike 3. A fastball upstairs. That will retire.
bumps or just smoothing out those bumps in the road? We provide 24/7 service so you can have 24/7 peace of mind. AAA, proud partner of the Cincinnati Reds. Be better prepared for life's curveballs.
Grader's handcrafted French pot ice cream. Rich, creamy, and dense. Made the hard way, 2.5 gallons at a time. No shortcuts. Ship nationwide at Graders.com. Graders, taste the greatest.
Dane Myers hits in the number 7 spot. He will lead things off for the Reds here in the bottom of 3. And the Reds find themselves trailing 4-0 to the Cardinals here early in this one. Fastball misses inside. 1 ball, no strike count from the right-hander Michael McGreevy. McGreevy eyeballing Crooks. The pitch misses upstairs. It's 2-0. De La Cruz led off the Reds' bottom of the first with a missile right back at the skull of the pitcher Michael McGreevy, and from that point on, McGreevy's pretty much been right on the money. Breaking ball at a 2-0 count makes it 2 balls and a strike here to Dane Myers. Ground ball up the middle. Second baseman has it. He will throw in time to cut down Dane Myers. That is Torres at second base here on this afternoon for the Cardinals. Mason Wynn is not playing, the normal shortstop for St. Louis. And in his place is the normal second baseman. That would be J.J. Weatherholt. So 1 down for Hector Rodriguez. He'll take a breaking ball low. 1 ball, no strike count. You'd sure like to see this fella get going a little bit. Fly ball, foul down the left field line. That'll be in the seats and out of play.
Well, you look at what he's done, and he's got a chance to be an impact bat if he can replicate what he has done on the way up here.
Yeah, I don't think you're so concerned about just numbers. You just want him to feel comfortable, and he did not feel comfortable on that swing. It was a changeup off the outside corner. He could not hold up, but he could not pull the trigger. He was in between, and it's a 1-2 count. McGreevy back to the plate. Breaking ball into the dirt, and Rodriguez will take that for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes here to the Reds' right fielder this afternoon. McGreevy with a long look in. Now here he comes. Swing and a miss, and there goes the bat. And that may win the left-handed bat toss of the year.
Oh, yeah.
That was beyond the dugout and the camera well down the right field line. 2 down. I'd say that's getting fooled.
Yeah. That would have been about 10 rows deep, too, if not for the net.
Here's Ke'Bryan Hayes. He will take strike 1. A fastball from the right-hander McGreevy. No ball, 1 strike count. Hayes readies. McGreevy with a long pause, and now here he comes. Fastball misses outside. 1 ball, 1 strike count here to Ke'Bryan Hayes. Hayes playing in the third base spot today. Ground ball left side, fielded by the Cardinals' third baseman. That is Blaze Jordan. He'll make the throw in.
Cardinals come to bat in the fourth inning. Before they do, let's pause for station identification on the Reds Radio Network. Nathan Church with a wave and a miss. The first pitch from Brady Singer this fourth inning. 4-0 Cardinals. The 3-run home run by Jordan Walker, the big hit in this game for St. Louis. Now Singer misses up and in with the 0-1 fastball. That'll even the count. 1 ball, 1 strike on Church, who Singer struck out leading off the second. Church batting for the second time this afternoon. Here's Singer's 1-1. And a breaking ball dives low and inside. 2 balls, 1 strike on Church. Outfield straight away against the Cardinal left-handed hitting center fielder. Right-handers 2-1. And Church rolls it on the ground right side to his left. Sal Stewart fields, and he'll flip it to Tolley at first for the out. 1 gone in the fourth. And the fourth inning is brought to you by Four Roses Bourbon. Four Roses, the mellow, balanced Kentucky classic that's crafted for those home run moments. Proud sponsor of the BCL Press Club. Presented by Four Roses Bourbon. Enjoy responsibly. With 1 out, here's Brian Torres. Wide open stance from the left side from Torres, and he swings and rolls one right between Stewart and Tolia. That'll roll into right field for a 1-out single. Torres didn't wait around in that at bat. Jumped on the first pitch he saw and guides a ground ball single. Now the batter will be Blaze Jordan. Jordan at one time, in fact, it was the power that attracted the Cardinals to Blaze Jordan. He was a legitimate power-hitting prospect when he was originally signed. Picked a first runner back, but here he is at the major league level with only 2 home runs this year. Pitch to Jordan is a fastball strike on the outside corner. He's 23 years old.
And the ball jumps off of his bat.
Singer readies and delivers the 0-1 pitch off the inside corner. I don't necessarily feel like that it's a bad thing that some guys develop the power a little bit later on when they get to the big leagues. Off the outside corner. You know, we often talk about pitchers and power pitchers needing to learn how to become pitchers. It's kind of the same thing with hitters. If you learn how to hit, the power will come eventually.
If it's in there.
If it's in there, yeah, right. The 2-1 in the air, right center field, pretty deep. Dane Myers is back. This will drive him all the way to the track. A step shy of the wall. He runs it down and makes the catch. Back to first base goes Torres. Yeah, that's not, obviously Luis Arraez isn't out there hitting home runs, but you look at guys that are good gap-to-gap hitters, doubles hitters, a lot of those guys eventually will turn into pretty good power hitters. Two-men are out, and here is Jimmy Crooks, who flew out to center field his first time up. Right in there for a called strike, but one thing remains consistent. If you were a big strikeout guy when you were young,
you'll be a worse strikeout guy when you get to the big leagues, if you get here.
1-1 on Jimmy Crooks.
But the fact still remains, they don't release 300 hitters.
No, absolutely not. 0-1 on Crooks. Here it comes. Crooks swings, and he skies a pop-up. High into the air. Shallow right. Out goes Stewart. In comes the right fielder. It'll be Stewart backing his way into short right to make the catch. And the inning is over. A hit.
is easy to love. It's no surprise they're the #1 mini muffin brand. Little bites make snack time an easy win.
Michael McGreevy's been about as good as you could ask for first time through the Reds' order. He gave up a leadoff single to Ellie De La Cruz to open the Reds' offensive attack today, but he was erased on a double play, and McGreevy, as such, has faced the minimum through 3. Now he gets a second crack at Ellie, and he spins a first pitch breaking ball over the outside corner for a called strike. So far, he has struck out 1. Only 1 out has been in the air. The other 7 have been on the ground. Ellie swings and fouls this off to the left side. One of the keys you talked about right when the game began. Who can keep the ball in the ballpark? And so far, McGreevy has kept the ball on the ground. The Cardinals have a home run, and it was a 3-run shot, which is the big blow in this game right now. Ellie takes outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes on De La Cruz. Switch hitter up there from the left side. McGreevy, a right-handed thrower, and turns loose the 1-2. Ellie takes high on the outside half of the plate on the fastball, 2-2. McGreevy right back to the plate with a 2-2 pitch. Here it is. And a breaking ball dives down and in, and Ellie works the count full, 3-2. Reds trying to win this series. Really kind of stealing this series from the Cardinals. He's trying to. Here's the 3-2 pitch to De La Cruz. Swung on, slow roller to the third baseman. Scooped by Jordan. The peg to first in time. Gets Ellie by 2.5 steps. There's 1 out in the 4th inning. Now Sal Stewart bats. Here on the Reds, each strikeout means a donation to the Free Store Food Bank thanks to Kroger's Zero Hunger, Zero Waste program. Join us in ending hunger at thekrogerco.com. With 1 out, here's Sal Stewart. He watches a first pitch fastball sink in there for a called strike. It's 0-1.
You know, there's not one pitch from McGreevy that you would say, boy, that is a super special pitch. But what he does do is he locates everything. And he continues to change speeds.
The 0-1, swing and a miss.
Moves the ball up and down as he just did there. And that's just pitching. Keep the hitter off balance.
McGreevy's last time out went 6 innings against the Cubs. Did not allow an earned run. Gave up 3 in that game. In fact, you look at his numbers so far in August. He's been good through his first 3 starts. ERA's over 2, just over 2. Swung on, and that's fouled off to the right side. With a sub-3 ERA through 3 starts, he has given up 3 home runs this month. 5 earned runs over 16 innings entering this start today. He's been outstanding so far through 3 1/3. 0-2 pitch to Stewart is a breaking ball in the dirt outside. And he hasn't really given the Reds an opportunity to drive his pitch count up. He's filling up the strike zone. Here comes the 1-2. Stewart swings and just did get a piece of that, fouling it off at home plate. Still a ball and 2 strikes on Stewart. Sal is on pace for a Reds rookie RBI record. He is on a pace for 119 RBIs. He's at 94 right now. McGreevy back into his windup, and the 1-2 pitch to Stewart. Breaking ball dives down too low, and the count levels at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's McGreevy again with a 2-2. Swung on and shot foul to the right side. He's trying to become only the 3rd player in Major League history to lead baseball in RBIs as a rookie. One of those was Ted Williams. The other guy won Rookie of the Year. Walt Druppo. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss, and Stewart's down on strikes. With 2 outs, J.J. Bleday will hit. If you're listening today on your car or truck radio, please remember to buckle your safety belt. This message brought to you by the Ohio Department of Public Safety. If you're not buckled up, what's holding you back? With 2 away, J.J. Bleday 0 for 1. Bleday takes a look at a strike, challenges it. The Reds only have 1 left. This could be a big challenge. It was low, though.
Call's been changed to a ball.
Good challenge by Bleday. It was well low, way low. Immeasurable. Here's McGreevy's 1-0 pitch to J.J. Bleday. Low again, this time with a fastball. It's 2-0. Revisiting the trivia question today, who is the only rookie pitcher in Reds history to strike out 200 batters during his rookie season? A, Don Gullett, B, Gary Nolan, or C, Mario Soto? We both said B, Gary Nolan. Would you like to stick with that or change your answer?
I'm going with B today.
Just B. 2-0. Down and in. It is, in fact, B, Gary Nolan. Reds Hall of Famer Gary Nolan became the only Reds rookie pitcher to record 200 strikeouts in a season. He was 19 years old and fanned 206 big league batters in 1967.
At 19?
At 19 years old.
Throwing the gas.
Strike on the inside corner, 3-1 on J.J. Bleday. 3-1. Bleday, a wave and a miss and a changeup, and the count fills up 3-2.
That tells you all you need to know about Michael McGreevy right there. You got a 4-run lead. It's a 3-1 count, and he throws a changeup right in the heart of the plate. That is command.
Here he comes with a payoff pitch to Bleday. Swinging a little tap back behind home plate. Well, it goes back to something that you and I have talked about so often. It's really easy to avoid being predictable when you can throw every pitch in your arsenal, and you have a big arsenal, and you can throw them for strikes anytime you want. Again, the payoff. Bleday fouls it back. Look, you talked about it. Nothing he throws is spectacular, but what is spectacular is that ability to throw everything for a strike.
He moves it on both sides of the plate.
When you can do that with a big arsenal, you don't have to have anything that's going to really stand out. 3-2 pitch is a foul first base side. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Moved into some shadows now as the clouds move in front of the sun. Mix of sun and clouds on a beautiful day today here in Cincinnati. McGreevy's payoff pitch, and it's low, breaking ball down, and J.J. Bleday snaps a string of 10 straight retired by McGreevy. First base runner since Ellie singled to open the game.
Well, the owner of the one fly ball is standing at the plate right now. That is Tyler Stevenson. He flew out to center field to lead off the second. And he does have a career home run against McGreevy.
McGreevy readies at the belt and throws. And it's a strike on the inside corner, 0-1 on Tyler Stevenson. A home run would get the Reds right back in it. McGreevy turns and fires to first, chasing J.J. Bleday back to the bag. Second time that the Reds have faced McGreevy this year. McGreevy took a no decision in a 5-3 Cardinal win in St. Louis back in June. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, a breaking ball down, and Stevenson's behind the count, no balls and 2 strikes. It was Stevenson and McLean that homered back-to-back in that last start against McGreevy.
Well, the Reds would take that right here.
Bingo.
They're back-to-back. Let's go.
That would really get the Reds back in this ball game. You know, sometimes you like for history to repeat itself. Here's the 0-2 to Tyler Stevenson. Breaking ball just off the outside corner. And now the catcher wants to challenge. This is Jimmy Crooks challenging Hunter Wendelstedt.
That was a pretty good pitch.
Looked like a good one. Tried the outside corner around the knees. It was just off.
Call confirmed. Cardinals have one challenge remaining.
The Cardinals lose a challenge. 0.3 of an inch off that outside corner right at the knees.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Stevenson. Bleday off first. Big hole on the right side. Center fielder shades Stevenson the other way. Here's McGreevy's pitch, and he misses high with a fastball.
You know, that breaking ball there, Tommy, that ultimately ended up being a ball, if that's called a strike, I don't know that Tyler challenges that.
No, you're right.
That's how close that pitch was.
2-2 the count. Here comes McGreevy. And he tied him up with a changeup inside, and Stevenson couldn't check in time. He went around, and the inning is over. Here we go to the 5th inning. The Cardinals come to bat. First pitch on the way to J.J. Weatherholt is a strike on the outside corner. Is 0-1 on Weatherholt. 4-0. Cardinals leading the Reds as we play in the 5th inning. 3-run home run by Jordan Walker, the big blow in this game. The Cardinals got a run in the first inning. But you'd like to think you can navigate that and overcome that. But the 3-run blast from Walker, after he was way behind in the count against Brady Singer and worked it full with 2 outs, that is a little more damaging. 1-1 now on Weatherholt. The pitch from Singer's off the outside corner. Fastball sinking away. 2 balls and 1 strike. Top of the order for the Cardinals. Weatherholt has scored both times he's reached. Hit by pitch, a single. Weatherholt lifts this high into the air toward the corner and left and deep. Back goes Bleday. He's at the wall, leaps at the wall, and he caught it. I'll be honest, Bleday maybe misplayed that a little bit. Actually overran it to the corner, and then as he jumped, had to reach back to his left and made a leaping, twisting catch back over the other shoulder, but he made the catch right up against the wall. Hey, I don't care what it looks like as long as you catch it.
It looked a bit awkward.
It Yes, it
But
did.
is it out?
It is. One down here in the fifth. Now Ivan Herrera swinging a ground ball foul, third base side.
Almost every time when a left-hander hits the ball down the left field line, it will slice into the seats. In that instance, because the ball was hit straight up, the ball came back to the field of play just like it would if it was fouled behind home plate or fouled at third base. Those are the things you just have to take into consideration, and glad he caught it.
In the air on the 1-1. Herrera lofts it into shallow right center. Here comes the right fielder. Hector Rodriguez will make that catch. Shallow right for the second out of the fifth inning. Here is today's scoreboard stumper. In 2010, players from the Reds and Cardinals combined to win 5 National League Gold Glove awards. Who are the players from the Reds and Cardinals that combined to win 5 National League Gold Gloves in 2010? And the pitch hits Alec Burleson. So the first pitch got him, and now Burleson will head down to first base.
2010?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
It's the third time Burleson has been on in this game. Single, walk, and now the hit by pitch right off toes of his back foot.
I don't even know who was playing for the Cardinals in 2010.
You know 2 of them. After getting checked out by the trainer, Burleson will head down to first. You can name 2 position players, you will probably get them.
Oh, brother.
Well, they're Cardinal legends.
There's a lot of legends.
Yeah, but these are very well might be on the Mount Rushmore. Swinging a pop foul, first base side.
Okay, let's say Albert Pujols.
Okay, bingo. There you go. Albert Pujols is 1. First base, Gold Glove. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Walker down to the count quickly, 0-2.
Yadier Molina.
Bingo. Yadier Molina. Very good. See? Hint. 0-2 on Walker. Now Walker will use his timeout. Now you go to Reds.
Was Scott rolling with us then?
Yes.
That's my next guess.
Okay, correct. You're 3 for 3. Now you don't get any hints for a while. Here's the 0-2 to Walker. Swinging a slow roller to short. Up with it, McLean. He'll scoop it to Stewart, covering at second, forcing out Burleson and ending the Cardinal fifth inning. On to the home half. We're halfway through it at Great American Ballpark, 4-0 in favor.
October 20th at Megacorp Pavilion.
McLean swings the first pitch and grounds it foul third base side, strike one. The Reds are trailing the Cardinals 4-0. The lone hit for the Reds came from their first batter today. Ellie singled right back up the middle. And that's been it. Pitch. McLean takes upstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here comes McGreevy with a 1-1. Ground ball sharply hit, but to the shortstop. J.J. Weatherholt's throw to first is in time to get McLean. And there's one gone in the fifth. Let's pause for station identification. Up and down the Reds radio network. Michael Tolia is at the plate. Nobody on with 1 out. Here's the pitch to Tolia off the plate outside for ball 1. With the Cowboy, Jeff Brantley, our producer engineer, Dave Yiddy Armbruster, Joe Waddell. Running the dials back in our network headquarters. I'm Tommy Thaw. Great to be with you here at Great American Ballpark. The 1-0. Tolia takes off the plate outside, change up away. Last time we're going to see this place for a while. Reds are going to go on a 10-day road trip once this game ends.
10-day feel like 30-day.
Yes. Probably 3 different climates. Go from the surface of the sun to the Arctic to a normal Midwest summer. Fouled away to the left side.
And I'm sure there are a lot of folks out there that are wondering, where in the world could it feel like the Arctic in the United States this time of the year? It's August. The summer I spent in San Francisco.
Coldest summer of your life, right? 2-1, or what is it they say? The coldest winter is the summer in San Francisco, something like that. High fly ball to left. Over is Baez, the left center. Joshua Baez puts the squeeze on out number 2 in the 5th. Now Dane Myers bats. And it will be chilly. Look at the temperatures. It'll be down in the 50s just about every night.
And windy.
It's good. Here's the pitch to Dane Myers, and a little bit up and away for ball 1. Not all that warm during the day either. It's not like it's hot during the day and then it just cools off at night. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the kick, and 1-0. Myers sends a fly ball, but to right field, and here comes Jordan Walker coasting in to make the catch. 3 up, 3 down in the Reds' 5th. Still 4-0 Cardinals at the end of 5 on the 4-0, St. Louis with the lead. We're in the 6th, and back to work Brady Singer. 94 pitches so far for Singer as he throws here in the 6th and ties up Joshua Baez. A first pitch fastball for strike one. Julian Garcia is starting to throw now behind Singer in the Reds pen. Here comes the 0-1. Swinging a ground ball, roll to the backhand of McLean at short. He fields long throw in time, one down in the 6th. By the way, you did get the final answers to today's scoreboard stumper. The 5 players that combined to win 5 National League Gold Gloves between the Reds and Cardinals in 2010 are, you said Scott Rowland at third, Albert Pujols at first, Yadier Molina the catcher, Brandon Phillips the second baseman, fouled away down the left field line. 0-1 on Nathan Church. And they try to trick you with the last one because it was a pitcher, and that
process of elimination.
Bronson Arroyo. The 0-1. Up and away.
Well, I knew Bronson had 1-1. I just didn't know when.
Well, now you know. It was 2010. Here's the 1-1. Church takes off the inside corner. 2 balls and 1 strike on Church with nobody on and 1 man out. He swings, whacks this toward the right center field gap. That's going to bounce for a hit. Over to cut it off on the hop is Myers from center field, and Nathan Church is on with a 1-out single. First hit of the ball game for Church. And now Brian Torres is the batter. Get that great taste of the ballpark at home with JTM's Philly Kits and Fat Tire beer, cheese, and pretzels. Find these game day favorites in your grocer's freezer. JTM Food Group. Let's create great dishes together.
This might be his last batter.
Swinging a bouncing ball to Sal Stewart, and it goes right off of his glove. He was moving toward the bag at second. If he fields that cleanly, that is a double play. But it hit right out of his glove, and that'll be an error on Sal Stewart. The ball stayed off of his glove. He kept going. Sal was none too pleased about it either. It hit right in the palm of his glove, not in the webbing. The error on Sal, third error of the year on him. Tyler Stevenson's out for a quick word with Singer. Those are the plays. That's another thing we talked about at the start of this game. You got to make all the plays behind him.
But in Sal's defense, he's not a second baseman.
Nope.
He's playing second base today, so I guess he is a second baseman today. But normally his spot is closer to the first base bag.
Blaze Jordan swings and fouls that off to the right side. Sal will tell you that he still wants to make the plays regardless of where he's at.
I know he does, and I respect him for it.
0-1 on Blaze Jordan. Swinging, there's a bouncing ball to McLean. Fields flips to Sal 1. Around to first. Tolley has to dive for it, but keeps his toe on the bag, and there's a 6-4-3 inning-ending double play, getting Brady Singer through 6. But the Cardinals still have a 4-0 lead as the Reds
Ship nationwide at Graders.com. Graders, taste the greatest.
Four to nothing. The Cardinals have the lead. Hector Rodriguez leads off the Reds' sixth inning. Michael McGreevy still on for St. Louis, and his first pitch to Hector Rodriguez is up and away for ball one. 1-0. Cardinals very much trying to stay alive and are alive right now in that National League wild card race. Here's the 1-0, and it's swung on and fouled away. 1 ball, 1 strike on Hector Rodriguez. He swings, goes the other way, hits it off the diving glove of the third baseman Blaze Jordan. Picked up by Weatherholt on the deflection, but the throw's late. And Rodriguez will reach. Infield hit for Hector Rodriguez. Cardinals are certainly hoping that when the Reds leave town and go to Arizona that they can help out the Cardinals, because the Diamondbacks are in front of St. Louis. Between Cardinals and San Diego, Padres currently own the third wild card spot. Brian Hayes takes ball one. Change up high. Count is 1-0. Diamondbacks are idle today. Rodriguez leading off first. Big hole on the right side. First baseman holding the runner. Second baseman up the middle, and Hayes takes low. Breaking ball makes it 2-0. In fact, it's a pretty light slate around the big leagues today. Scores around the league are brought to you by Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea. Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea. Let the good times cruise. Guardians are up on the Giants, 3-2, bottom of the fourth inning in Cleveland. 2-0. Hayes swings through a fastball.
It sounds like a boating drink.
Yeah. I may be able to confirm. I will neither confirm nor
like
deny.
That song, Pontoon.
Mm-hmm. But that could be very, very delightful if you're out on the lake or river or any body of water. Swinging a high pop-up. Heck, you could be out on a pond. Drop a line in the water. Have one of those. While you wait for fish to bite.
So I take it you're fishing with a bobber. That would not be an active, real situation.
No. 2-2 on Ke'Bryan Hayes. 2-2. Swing, and there's a bullet right over short. That's into center field for a hit. Rodriguez burning around second will dig for third, and here come the Reds in the sixth inning. The Reds with their 8 and 9 hitters aboard. Back-to-back hits. Rodriguez and now Ke'Bryan Hayes. The stage is set. Back to the top of the order for Elly De La Cruz.
Tell you, Hector Rodriguez shows a surprising burst of speed from first to third there. He was getting it.
They're at the corners with nobody out. Elly has singled and grounded to third. Second baseman Torres way over on the right side. The right side of the infield widely open. The pitch, and Elly takes a strike. If he hits anything to the right of second base, as long as he doesn't hit it toward the first base position, he's got himself a knock. Crazy how far over Torres is. He's almost behind the runner that takes his lead. Here's the 0-1. Up and in. Elly raises the arms out of the way of that pitch, and the count evens at 1 ball, 1 strike. This is the first time the Reds have had any sort of pressure on McGreevy. It's
about the same time the Reds hitter showed up yesterday.
Ellie takes down and away, and it's a 2-ball, 1-strike count.
That scored 3 runs in the 6th, 2 runs in the 8th in yesterday's ball game to win it.
Well, I suppose, as the saying goes, better late than never.
Amen, brother. Amen.
2-1. Swung on and fouled down the left field line. That's out of play. That one hit off the facade of the second deck and then went back down into the seats and on into left field. So Baez picks it up, tosses it back up into the stands. 2-2 on Ellie. First and third, nobody out. McGreevy, a big breath. Here's the right-hander's 2-2 pitch. And he misses with a changeup outside. The count runs full 3-2. Not saying that McGreevy by any means is out of gas, but it gets a little harder to reach back for a little extra when you get toward the end of your outing.
He's banging on the tank right now. See what else is in there.
Might be on that reserve tank at the moment. 3-2. McGreevy's payoff. Ellie swings again and swats it foul off to the left side. And on top of that, at bats like this that become a little lengthy start to...
They grind on you at this point in the ball game.
Seventh pitch of the at-bat coming up to De La Cruz. Hayes off first, the pitch, and Ellie didn't want to, but he went around on a breaking ball in the dirt inside. So Ellie strikes out. That's a huge strikeout at this point. And now Sal Stewart's the batter. Boy, if Ellie could get aboard there, you really like your chances in this inning. But that strikeout gives the Cardinals a glimmer of hope to get out of it. Sal hit into a double play his first time up, a strikeout in his last at bat. He bats with runners at the corners and 1 out here. McGreevy throws, and Stewart takes a breaking ball down and away, 1-0. Hector Rodriguez started the inning with an infield hit. He's at third on the base hit by Ke'Bryan Hayes. The 1-0 pitch to Sal Stewart. Instead, a pick over to first, checking on Hayes, but he's back easily. The Cincinnati Reds and Reds Radio Network want to welcome Reds on radio affiliate WKBV AM 1490 and FM 100.9 from Richmond, Indiana here for today's action. The 1-0 in the dirt outside with a curveball, and it's a 2-ball, no-strike count on Sal Stewart. Sal sent one into orbit last night, right about this time. McGreevy's 2-0. In too tight to Stewart. Now it's a 3-ball, no-strike count.
Boy, he is pitching Sal Stewart about as careful as you could pitch somebody right here.
Now Oliver Marmol starting to become a little uneasy in the Cardinal dugout. 3-0 on Stewart. 3-0 pitch, and he walked him, missing inside with ball 4. So the bases are loaded for J.J. Bleday.
I think McGreevy was just hoping that Sal would be over-aggressive and chase, and patience prevails.
That's not Sal Stewart. He's not usually going to give in. And that's going to be it for McGreevy. Oliver Marmol, the Cardinal manager, makes his way out to the mound with the bases loaded and 1 out here in the 6th inning. Looks like he's going to make a pitching change here with the Reds threatening and the Cardinals leading 4-0 St. Louis. Pitching change made in the 6th on the Reds Radio Network.
As a family-owned company and a top workplace in the region, JTM Food Group has been pioneering kettle-crafted
swinger this afternoon. No, it is not a left-hander to face J.J. Bleday. It is right-hander Ryan Stanek. Stanek out of the bullpen for the 56th time, his third time in 4 days during this series. 2-2 with a 4.38 ERA overall.
Big spot here. Stanek works from the far first base side of the rubber. First pitch to J.J. Bleday, almost hit him with a split. Came in too tight, ball one. Bleday 0 for 8 lifetime with a strikeout against Stanek. Reds trying for a big inning here in the 6th. 1-0. Swinging a line drive to right, down for a hit in front of Walker. 1 run home. That's all they'll get for now. Rodriguez will score from third. Keep Brian Hayes into third and Stewart up to second, station to station on the RBI single to right by J.J. Bleday that brings up Tyler Stevenson.
1 for 9 with an RBI, only as good as your last at bat.
That's right.
And right now, Bleday is smoking.
So that gets the Reds on the board. 4-1 Cardinals. Now the Reds have the tying run on. Go ahead run at the plate. Stanek to Stevenson. A swing and a miss at a first pitch slider, strike one. Stanek deals the 0-1. Down too low with a fastball, and the count evens at 1 ball, 1 strike. Center fielder Nathan Church trying to pinch that right center gap a little bit. A lot of real estate out in left center. Stanek home with the 1-1. Swing and a foul back to the right. Of course, if you know Tyler Stevenson, you know that he loves to go to the gap. There's a lot of room for him. Here's the 1-2 in the dirt. But he's usually over in that right center gap, and there's not as much room, which is why the center fielder's over that way. 2-2 on Stevenson. Church even moves further over that way now. Here's the 2-2. Swinging a ground ball foul, third base side on a slider in.
That was a ticket right there. That was a hanging breaking ball. That's the pitch that if you hook down the left field line, it scores everybody.
That's the risk the Cardinals play right now because Baez, he's well off the line.
Headed over toward left center field. He's moving that way.
Stanek's 2-2. Swing, and this ball is popped high into the air, down the line and right. Here comes Walker from right, past the end of the tarp, but he can't get it. And then Walker goes tumbling over the tarp. It's going to be all right.
It's a dangerous spot for whether it's the first baseman or the right fielder coming full speed and running into the edge of that tarp. Even though it's covered and got a little padding on it, doesn't make it a whole lot any easier.
No. Padding on that end of the tarp doesn't look to be real thick. That one just did climb into the stands, and Walker going to be all right. 2-2. Stevenson still alive. Stanek throws. Swing and a miss. Got him with a slider down. Stevenson strikes out. Second out here in the inning. And now it's up to Matt McClain. And boy, don't you know this could be a feel-good moment right here for McClain if he can come up with a big knock.
It'd make me feel good.
Outfielders stay in the same spot around the other way against the right-handed hitting McClain. Stanek against McClain, and the pitch. Low, no strike called on the outside corner at the knees. Looked to be a little bit low, I thought. McClain doesn't challenge. 250 lifetime hitter and 24 at bats, including a grand slam with the bases loaded. The 0-1. He buried that way out in front of home.
Nice block by Jimmy Crooks. He kept that ball right there in front. That split finger, when it hits in the dirt, you don't know where it's going. You don't know if it's going right, left, or straight up into your throat.
1 ball, 1 strike on McLean. Hayes is the runner at third base. Stewart's at second. J.J. Bleday at first. Stanek's 1-1. Swing and a miss. 99 with that fastball right by McLean. Ball and 2 strikes. Stanek through the signs. Now here he comes. Almost hit him with a fastball in tight. Bases loaded, 2 away in the 6th. The Reds have a run home, 4-1 St. Louis. McLean 0 for 2 today. A couple of ground balls to the left side. 1 to third, 1 to short. 0 for 2. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. He swings and drives it deep to left. Back goes Baez. It's gone! Matt McLean has put the Reds on top with his 2nd career grand slam.
I don't know what that pitch was, but it was middle in. I know where it landed, in the seats.
A line drive out of here to left for Matt McLean with the bases loaded, and he has turned this game on its head.
They're mobbing him in the dugout. That is so big.
His 12th home run of the year, none bigger than that. 5-4 Reds in the 6th. And now Michael Toglia swings and fouls it back, strike 1.
I don't know what the 6th inning is for the Reds. Maybe it's smelling salts time, but man, they have some kind of woke up here 2 days in a row in this inning.
And Toglia takes down and away. I mean, the Reds could not have looked more dead in the water through the first 5 innings of this game. Michael McGreevy had only faced 1 over the minimum through 5. The Reds only had 2 base runners, a single, and a walk, and that was it. But boy, back-to-back singles from Hector Rodriguez and Key Brian Hayes ignited the rally. And Matt McLean is the dynamite that blows it up. The pitch up and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count on Toglia. Now with the Reds on top, 5-4 here in the 6th inning. Swing and a foul tip. The catcher holds on to strike 3, and the inning is over. But not before the Reds plate 5. A 5-run 6th has given the Reds a 5-4 lead as we
Right-hander Julian Garcia out of the Reds bullpen. He is our Reds Wolbers mustard pitching change. Wober's mustard. Let's put some mustard on it. Garcia coming on for the 21st time, 2-3 with a 3.04 ERA. And if you just joined us, well, the Reds are now leading the Cardinals 5-4. They were trailing 4-0 heading into the bottom of the 6th. And a grand slam by Matt McClain has made it a 5-4 ball game. First pitch here to the number 9 batter, Jimmy Crooks from Garcia, is a breaking ball in. 1 ball, no strike count. And here he comes again. And he's going to miss up top here. 2 balls and no strikes here to the Cardinal catcher. And as Tommy said, the Reds looked like they were dead in the water. They only had 2 base runners for the first 5 innings. And then the dam broke loose. And they flooded the Cardinals and their bullpen for 5 runs.
Boy, did they ever.
Garcia to the plate. He misses with all 4 pitches, and he will walk the 176 number 9 batter, Jimmy Crooks. And we go back to the top of the order. Here's J.J. Weatherholt. And this is where things get interesting here in this Cardinal lineup. Weatherholt, Herrera, Burleson, Jordan Walker. They are responsible for all 4 of the Cardinal runs here early in this one. And a strike over the inside corner. A breaking ball from Garcia. It was a 3-run home run by Walker that kind of silenced the crowd, and it looked as though the Reds were sleepwalking. But boy, they woke up in the 6th and woke up in a big way. Ground ball right to Stewart. On to McClain. McClain on to Tolia. That is a 4-6-3 double play. 2 down.
Cowboy, how often have we seen it this year where the Reds put together a threat and then a huge strikeout takes all the air out of the Reds' momentum? And I'll be honest, I thought when Ellie struck out, that was going to take the wind out of this Reds team. But immediately after that, Sal Stewart worked a really nice walk, didn't give in to McGreevy at all. That chased the Cardinal starter.
Breaking ball, that's a strike here to Ivan Herrera.
J.J. Bleday came up with the big hit to extend the inning right before the dam broke.
Yeah, and what was amazing, and you threw the stat out there that this has popped up to center field. This should be the 3rd out of the inning, but Bleday was 0 for 8 against Stanek before the single. And singles with the bases loaded and kept it alive. The Reds put a
combined aerial units followed by fireworks in partnership with Rozzi Fireworks. All are welcome Friday, September 11th at Ralph's American Grill.
Grader's handcrafted French pot ice cream. Rich, creamy, and dense. Made the hard way, 2.5 gallons at a time. No shortcuts. Ship nationwide at Graders.com. Graders, taste the greatest.
Peter Strzelecki into the ball game for the Cardinals. Taking over for Ryan Stanek. Stanek gave up the grand slam to the right-handed hitting Matt McClain in the 6th inning. It's a 5-4 Reds lead as we head to the bottom of 7. It'll be Dane Myers to lead things off for the Reds. He'll take a first pitch strike, a fastball over the outside corner. No ball, 1 strike count here to the Red center fielder. Strzelecki, the turn to pitch, breaking ball on a line foul right over the top of the camera well, down the first base line. Myers waits on the 0-2. Fastball upstairs. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Myers 0 for 2 today. He's grounded to second. He is flied to right field. Strzelecki turns it loose. Ground ball into the glove. Alexa, that was a line drive into the glove of the first baseman, Alec Burleson. 1 down. Boy, that was right off the top of the ground. A bullet from Myers. I thought that was going to get by him. Myers hits it well, but he does not get anything to show for it. First pitch here to Rodriguez is a strike, a breaking ball. Fastball misses upstairs from Strzelecki. It's a 1 ball, 1 strike count. Rodriguez part of that 5-run 6th inning. He singled to lead off the inning off the glove of a diving third baseman, Blaze Jordan. Ground ball to Burleson. He'll underhand to a covering Strzelecki. 2 down. So here's Ke'Bryan Hayes. I think that was part of the Reds' movement in that 6th inning as they got contributions from the bottom of the order to begin that rally, with Rodriguez with a single, Ke'Bryan Hayes with a single. And it just kind of started things in a positive direction because the Reds had only had 1 hit through the first 5 innings. And that came from the leadoff batter, Ellie De La Cruz, and he was promptly erased on a double play ball. 1 ball, no strike count here to Hayes. And he'll take a breaking ball, and it's called ball 2. 2 ball, no strike count. Strzelecki will come back to the plate. It is popped up high in the air and foul back behind the dish, out of play. 2 balls and a strike here to the Reds' third baseman. He's 1 for 2 on the afternoon. Scored 1 of those 5 runs the Reds plated there in the 6th inning. Strzelecki, the turn to pitch. Breaking ball, sweeps a bit down. Came right back over the heart of the plate. But evidently just a tad low. 3 ball, 1 strike pitch. Fastball right over the outside corner, top of the strike zone. So now the count is full. 3 ball, 2 strike pitch. Strzelecki to the Reds' number 9 batter, Ke'Bryan Hayes. Here it is. Lifted high into the air, into left field. Baez in, then back. He'll make the catch, and the Reds Right-hander T.J. Antone out of the bullpen for the Reds. He is our Reds Wober's Mustard pitching change. Wober's Mustard. Let's put some mustard on it. 42nd appearance for Antone, 2-2 with a 3.60 ERA in his 40 innings pitched.
The changes for the Reds defensively. T.J. Friedel enters the game out in left. J.J. Bleday moves from left to right. Hector Rodriguez out of the game. Antone's first pitch. And he misses low and inside for ball one. Well, Antone's due for a good one. He struggled a little bit his last couple of times out.
Well, he's not facing any slouches here in this Cardinal lineup. He's got the big boys.
The 1-0 to Burleson. Backdoor breaking ball just does hang off the outside corner. 2-0.
Burleson, Walker, and the youngster Baez.
3, 4, and 5 for the Cardinals here in the 8th of a one-run game. Not much margin for error. The pitch, swing and a miss, and boy, he came unglued, did Burleson, on that pitch. It was a fastball. Antone threw it right down the middle at 93 miles an hour, and somehow Burleson missed it. Here's the 2-1. Burleson pops this up high into the air. Foul off third. Antone over. He'll give way to Key Brian Hayes right at the corner of the third base coach's box. He makes the catch. And there's one gone here in the 8th inning. Hey, Reds fans, Kroger gives you more ways to save. Low prices in every aisle. Digital coupons in the app and fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon. Kroger, official grocery partner of the Reds. That's a big out. Get Burleson to start the inning, and now Jordan Walker swung on and fouled off to the right side. Not exactly a guy that you want to lose your concentration against, though, and Walker. He's already homered in this game, and his home run was a big one. A 3-run blast out of straightaway center field. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Walker waves and misses at a fastball sinking down and away, and the count is 0-2 on Walker.
That was a sinker that cut. Instead of running back to the plate, it started middle away and broke like a slider. It's one of those new balls you throw and it sails on you, and you're thankful for it.
0-2 here on Walker. Now Antone turns it loose. Swing and a miss. Struck him out with a breaking ball away. A pop out in foul territory from Burleson. A strikeout of Jordan Walker. 2 huge outs here in the 8th inning. And now it's Joshua Baez. One last hurdle to clear for Antone to get this game to the 9th inning with the Reds leading. Antone way off the outside corner and off the mid of Stevenson to the backstop, ball one. One ball, no strikes on Baez. Antone looks in, has the sign, sets ready, and here's the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss, and a fastball down, and the count is even now at 1 ball and 1 strike. Antone ready at the belt. The right-hander's 1-1. Up and in, and Baez leans back out of the way of ball 2.
That tells you all you need to know where the hitter's looking. When you throw a fastball that's in the center of the plate and up, and they jump back out of the way, they are looking away.
Now the 2-1. And he buried a breaking ball in the dirt outside, and it's 3-1. Antone was money to Burleson and then Walker. And now he's way behind the count on Joshua Baez. 3 balls and 1 strike. And let's be honest, Baez hadn't done anything since his first 3 at-bats. Just 1 hit. 3-1 pitch. Breaking ball hangs high, and he walked him. Now Nathan Church tying run on with 2 outs here in the 8th inning. Antone to the plate, and the pitch is in for a called strike. 0-1 on Nathan Church. 1 on, 2 out. Right-handers 0-1. Church takes low and inside. Now 1-1. 1 for 3 tonight. Nathan Church, left-handed batter. Antone, right-handed pitcher. Baez off the bag, and here comes the 1-1. Runner goes. Antone steps off, throws to second, and they got him. McLean with the tag. No panic from Antone at all. Baez had him timed up, so he thought. But Antone able to step off, spinning back to second, throwing perfectly to McLean. They get the out. There won't be a challenge by the Cardinals, and we go to the 9th. It is.
It's no surprise they're the #1 mini muffin brand. Little bites make snack time an easy win.
Peter Strzelecki back out to the mound for the Cardinals in the 8th inning. So you don't go to the bottom of the 9th when the home team is leading. You do, however, still have to play the bottom of the 8th. Apparently I said we go to the bottom of the 9th. My mistake.
You were ready for us to close this thing out.
I was. Let's go. Let's get on that plane and get going to Arizona.
But you don't play the bottom of the 9th if you're winning.
That's right. Yeah. Here's the 1-0 pitch now to Ellie De La Cruz after the first pitch curveball missed down and in. That's right in there with a changeup from Strzelecki. 1-1. Brock Burke is warming up right now in the Reds bullpen. The 1-1 to De La Cruz. Swing and a miss. He came unglued on that fastball and came up empty. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ellie's 1 for 3 today. Laced a single back up the middle. He's also grounded to third and struck out. And the pitch is a changeup that floats off the outside corner. The next 3 days, the Reds will be in Arizona, then off to San Francisco for 3, an off day in Chicago before a 3-game weekend series at Wrigley. Begins a week from tomorrow. Ellie takes a fastball way high and wide, and now the count runs full on De La Cruz. Again up there left-handed against the right-handed throwing Strzelecki. He's been up there left-handed all day today. 3-2 pitch, and Ellie swings and fouls that back. Still 3 balls and 2 strikes.
That one hit the mitt of Crooks awfully crooked, it looked like. Just kind of caught the bottom of his thumb.
Bends that thumb back. That hurts. 3-2 up and away, and he walked him. Left the curveball high and wide. Ellie's down to first base with a leadoff walk here in the Reds' 8th inning. And Sal Stewart will come to the plate. Reds looking for a little insurance. They got some insurance this time last night. They'd love a little more again today. Strzelecki turns and throws to first. Ellie steps back to the bag.
No reason to throw over there till Ellie gets his equipment fixed, because he's not running till he gets all that stuff fixed on his hands.
Now the pitch to Sal Stewart. Strike on the inside corner. Fastball. 0-1 on Stewart. Ellie inching off the bag. Strzelecki comes set. Here comes off the inside corner with a fastball. It's a 1-ball, 1-strike count on Stewart. 1 on, nobody out. Sal is hit into a double play. Struck out. His walk helped contribute to the Reds' 6th. Strzelecki's 1-1. Low and away with a breaking ball here to Sal. 2 balls and a strike. That's the thing you love about Sal Stewart, one of the many, is that he wants to have a chance to swing the bat right now, but he's not going to unless you throw him a strike. 2-1 pitch. He swings, sends a high fly ball left field. It's hit well. Baez backing up and on the track. He'll make the catch. A step or two shy of the wall.
He smoked that ball.
He's the first out of the 8th inning. Ellie has to hold on at first. 1 gone. J.J. Bleday's base hit helped extend the inning. Got the Reds on the board in the 6th. And then he would come around to score on McLean's grand slam. First pitch to Bleday, way low and inside. It's another right on left matchup with Bleday at the plate. Cardinals do have a couple of left-handers in their bullpen. Both are former Reds, Justin Brule and Caleb Ferguson. Oliver Marmol sticking with Strzelecki in this 8th inning, his 2nd inning of work. Strzelecki worked a 1-2-3 7th against the bottom of the Reds lineup last frame. Here's the 1-0. Breaking ball low to J.J. Bleday. Now he's ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Bleday had been 0 for 8 lifetime against Ryan Stanek before singling home a run in the 6th. Now the pitch. He swings and fouls this back and out of play, and helping fuel that Reds rally in the 6th inning. Ellie off the bag at first. Now the 2-1 pitch. Instead, Ellie will draw a throw and dive back into the bag easily. Reds trying to win the series. There haven't been many 5-game series throughout Reds history. Here's the 2-1 to J.J. Bleday. He swings and misses a changeup down and in. Now the count is even 2-2. But the Reds are 20-12 all time. In the 5th and final game, deciding game of a 5-game series, the Reds have won the last 7 rubber games, 5-game sets. The last time was back in 1990. 2-2. There goes Ellie. Bleday swings and misses. Throw to second, and Ellie is in there. It was a quick tag by Weatherholt coming across the bag from short, taking the throw from Cooks. But he just did get in under the tag, and I'm not sure that Weatherholt ever did actually tag De La Cruz. So stolen base for Ellie on the strikeout of J.J. Bleday, but De La Cruz now in scoring position after his 22nd stolen base of the year. Tyler Stevenson is up. 12 steals now in his last 42 games. Pitch. Breaking ball off the outside corner. He was not running nearly that much early on in the year, but running more here lately. Good sign that he's feeling good. The 1-0 pitch to Tyler Stevenson. He swings, hits one high in the air, but playable in right for Jordan Walker. He's waiting on it. He's got it. Inning over. The Reds unable to cash in on the leadoff walk of De La Cruz. We go to the ninth. Reds 5.
Left-hander Brock Burke into the ball game. It is not Emilio Pagan. Burke is our Reds Wober's Mustard pitching change. Wober's Mustard. Let's put some mustard on it. Burke coming on for the 65th time. 5 wins, 4 losses, a 2.76 ERA, and he does have a couple of saves under his belt this year.
And before he goes to work on the first hitter, let's pause for station identification on the Reds Radio Network. With Cowboy Jeff Brantley and producer-engineer Dave Yiddy Armbruster, Austin Elmore has taken over back in our network headquarters. I'm Tommy Thrall. Here's Jose Fermin hitting for Nathan Church, and the first pitch is a slider low for ball 1. 1-0 on Fermin. 5-4 Reds, 9th inning. Reds trying to hold on and take the series. Here's the 1-0 to Fermin, up and away. It's a 2-ball, no strike count. Make sure you stay tuned after the game. It'll have the Toyota Tundra star of the game. All the scores around Major League Baseball, highlights and more coming up. The 2-0 to Fermin. Swing the bouncing ball foul, third base side. 2-1.
Well, you can see Brian Hayes. He is guarding that line down the third base line.
Burke staring in, now hands together, belt high. The 2-1, up and away. 3 balls and 1 strike. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Right in there for a called strike with a slider. Count runs full, 3-2. Emilio Pagan pitched last night. Had some trouble there in the 9th inning. Was also having some trouble with the mound. But it's not Pagan today. Full count, 3-2. Here comes Burke with the payoff pitch. Swung on, roped down the line and left, but pulled into the seats. Foul. Three balls, 2 strikes on Fermin. Cardinals have won their last 4 series. Reds trying to snap that streak. 3-2 pitch. Swung on. Looping liner over McLean. It drops in shallow left. A base hit in front of Friedel. And the Cardinals have their leadoff man aboard here in the 9th inning. This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Cincinnati Reds. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Reds. This copyright reminder is provided by Dinsmore, the official legal counsel of the Reds.
Let's see if the Reds can provide a little bunt defense here.
Torres squares. It is in on his knuckles, and I think he bunted that right off his fingers.
Well, you could see home plate umpire Hunter Wendelstedt saying that he bunted at it.
So Torres is down, and he is in some pain. And that went right off. You could see him kind of massaging his left index finger, kind of making a trigger motion. And now Wendelstedt and Vic Carapazza, the first base umpire and crew chief, will get together.
Cincinnati is challenging the call of hit by pitch.
Well, they're going to give him a hit by pitch.
Oh, I thought Hunter Wendelstedt was making the motion of that he bunted at it. That's a foul ball.
It looked like it got a lot of the bat.
I think the Reds are going to win this challenge.
I think they are too. I'm not saying it didn't.
At that point, your hand is part of the bat.
I'm not saying that it didn't hit his hand, but it got a lot of the bat.
Barely nipped that finger, but
I think this is going to be a foul ball.
I can't even imagine that it wouldn't be.
Right now he's going to go down to first base. For the time being, it's a hit by pitch. Oliver Marmol almost sheepishly taking the bat back to the dugout. And still awaiting official word from New York.
After review of the call on the field stands, it's a hit by pitch. Cincinnati will lose their challenge.
Wow. So a hit by pitch it is.
I think that was a terrible call.
Can't disagree with you. 2 on, nobody out. Now the Reds are in a world of hurt. Here's Blaze Jordan. Tying run in scoring position. 8-hole hitter up. Jordan swings. Guys it to center. Dane Myers is back. Shy of the track. The catch is made. The throw will come to second. The runner's going. Throw to second and safe. Up to third base is Fermin. But Torres moves up behind Fermin into second. And it was a good idea by Myers to throw that ball to second. And now runners at second and third with 1 out. Jimmy Crooks, the scheduled batter, but he will be pulled back for a pinch hitter. It'll be Everson Pereira to bat instead. Right-handed hitting Pereira. Second and third with 1 out. Reds leading by a run. Matt Tracy out to go over how they want to pitch Pereira. Now Mason Wynn will go into the game and run at second. Infield in all the way around. Second and third, 1 out. Burke to Pereira. Inside, ball 1.
Yeah, this is one of those spots where you need a strikeout.
Cardinals have action of their bullpen. The pitch, fastball strike on the inside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike on Pereira. Second and third with 1 man out. Signal given. Burke's ready. The 1-1. Fastball tried the inside corner. Missed tight. 2 balls, 1 strike. You go back to the top and J.J. Weatherholt after this. Burke with the sign. The pause, the 2-1. Swing and a miss, and he pumped a fastball right on by Pereira there. Cowboy Pereira hadn't looked close yet on the heater. Two balls, 2 strikes, and here it comes, the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He blew him away with a high fastball. Down on strikes, Everson Pereira. And 2 gone here in the 9th inning, and back to the top now, and it's up to J.J. Weatherholt. And Stevenson out to talk about this at bat with Burke. You have a left-on-left matchup to perhaps end the game. And this is the game. A base hit gives the Cardinals the lead. Right now, the Reds are up by 1, 5-4. Top of the 9th inning, 2nd and 3rd, 2 out. The meeting on the mound is over. So here we go. Burke against Weatherholt.
Weatherholt has a pretty good knack of staying back on that breaking ball.
Burke's first pitch. Weatherholt takes a fastball, strike 1. Weatherholt's been on twice. He was hit by a pitch and scored in the first, singled and scored in the third. Since he's flied to left and hit into a double play to the second baseman, Sal Stewart.
Be alive for the blocked pitch here if you're Tyler Stevenson.
0-1 on Weatherholt, and Burke delivers. Fastball up and away, 99 from Burke. 1 ball, 1 strike. Burke has the sign, readies. Here's the lefties, 1-1. Swing and a miss. A fastball away, and Weatherholt came up empty.
Weatherholt trying to cheat for the fastball and started early, but he swung at a ball. That pitch was off the outside corner.
Now they come to their feet. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2nd and 3rd, 2 out. Reds leading 5-4, trying to hold on against the Cardinals. Burks, 1-2 pitch, swung on, popped into the air. Left center field, over Myers, over is Friedel. Myers calling for it. He dropped the ball. He dropped it. It's off his glove and it rolls away. The Cardinals will score 2 on what looked to be the game-ending fly ball in left center field. Weatherholt ends up at second, and it is 6-5 St. Louis. Myers coming over from center, even though that ball was tailing back towards Friedel. He called off Friedel, who was there. It hit right off the tip of Myers' glove and went rolling away along the left field wall.
I think at some point the eyes probably redirected towards the fielder Friedel coming towards him and just took his concentration off of it ever so slightly, and that one little bit of miscalculation cost you.
On what looked to be the end of the ball game, the drop fly ball by Dane Myers has given the Cardinals a 6-5 lead. The Reds will intentionally walk Ivan Herrera, and now it brings up Alec Burleson. Burke will go to the rosin bag. Boy, Dane Myers is just beside himself out in center field. He can't believe it. Here comes Burke. Burleson takes a fastball up and in, ball 1. Burleson was hit by a pitch back in the 5th. He's 0 for 3 otherwise today. The first error of the year on Dane Myers. The 1-0. Burleson takes up and away, and it was a costly one. Two balls, no strikes. Burke to Burleson. Swinging a bouncing ball right side by Tolia and into right field. Around third, Weatherholt. He's coming home. He will score. The throw home is actually cut off by Burke. And the Cardinals have now scored 3 times here in the 9th inning. Herrera's around to third on the ground ball by Burleson right over the glove of Michael Tolley, arranging to his right. On what I assume would be called a base hit. Tyler Stevenson's back out of the mound. Jordan Walker's at the plate, first and third. Yep, they'll call it a hit. Makeable play, though. Walker, 1 for 4. 3-run home run in the 3rd inning. Burke fires. Swinging a bouncing ball down the third base line, foul. And it's 0-1 on Walker.
I'm stunned.
Yep. So is everybody here. The 0-1. Low and inside. The count is even. 1 ball, 1 strike. 7-5 St. Louis. 3 runs in the 9th inning. It looked like the Reds had it won. Burke brings it home. Way off the inside corner with a fastball. 2 balls and a strike now on Walker. This is just a shell-shocked crowd here at Great American Ballpark. In the bottom of the 9th inning, the Reds are going to have McLean, Tolley, and Myers due up. 2-1. Low and inside, so Myers may have a chance at a little redemption. He's done such a good job for the Reds out in center field this year, but boy, just a huge error there. 3-1 on Walker, and Burke throws. Up and in, ball 4. That's got to be a tough thing to come back from as a pitcher.
Well, especially when you're pitching on 3 of your last 4 days and you feel like the game is over. You kind of let your guard down a little bit, and then you got to kick it back into high gear.
Joshua Baez, the 9th man to bat in this inning. Burke turns it loose, and he almost hit him. Baez backs out of the way of a fastball in for ball 1. Zach Maxwell now starts throwing in the Reds' pen. Burke's 1-0. Swung on, popped up. Third base side. That'll get out of play. 1-1. 7-5 St. Louis in the 9th. Ball and a strike. Bags packed, 2 outs. Here's Burke with the 1-1. Low and in. 2 balls and a strike. Baez walked in the 8th. Otherwise, he's 0 for 3 today. The left-hander pauses. Here's his 2-1. And it's way high with a slider, and it's a 3-ball, 1-strike count. I would imagine this will be it for Burke. The left-hander sets, and from the belt, here comes the 3-1 pitch. And he walked him. Missed up and away. That's ball 4. And Terry Francona trying to tell Tyler Stevenson, hey, go out, pay him a visit. So down to first base goes Baez. Maxwell continuing to try to get ready out in the bullpen. I don't know that Stevenson saw the message to go out and talk with Burke. Now he did. So he's going to slowly go out and stall. And that is solely the purpose of this visit.
Not letting him go out. He's already been out there once.
So Terry Francona will go to the mound, and that will be it for Brock Burke. A shell-shocked Great American Ballpark. Bases loaded walk of Javier Baez has scored the 8th Cardinal run of this, I said.
Zach Maxwell into the ball game. This will be his 12th appearance. He is our Reds Wober's Mustard pitching change. Wober's Mustard. Let's put some mustard on it. He's going to need a whole jar because the bases are loaded.
The good news is, if there's any, is that there's 2 outs. But the Cardinals have scored 4 times in the 9th. They've batted around. Jose Fermin started the inning with a bloop single to left, and he watches a first pitch fastball miss high for ball 1. Maxwell sets ready. Now the 1-0. Fermin hits it on the ground, deep short. McClain can't get it. Goes under his glove, rolls into left. 1 run home. Friedel up throwing to the plate. That's not in time. 2 runs will score. Burleson and Walker both are home. On the roller by Fermin, right under the glove of McClain, ranging far in the hole at short. And the Reds are not making any plays right now.
You can't make this up. Because if you tried to write it, somebody would say, no, that can't happen.
6 in the 9th. Maxwell throws to Mason Wynn in there for a strike. (10-5) St. Louis. Maxwell sets, and here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. It was ruled a hit, by the way. I think McClain's only play, had he fielded that, would have maybe been third. 0-2 on Mason Wynn. Wynn came off the bench as a pinch runner, now batting for the first time. Here's Maxwell with the 0-2. Fastball, strike 3 called. Frozen. Inning over. As ugly as it was.
and won't swell in the summer heat. You get the timeless beauty of wood with lasting protection and low maintenance. Your home deserves the #1 brand of siding in North America. Learn more at jameshardy.com. That's jameshardy.com.
Hi, this is Tim O'Connell, Senior Vice President of Ballpark Operations at the Cincinnati Reds. From the first pitch to the final out, SBM ensures every seat shines. Our custodial teams keep ballparks spotless so fans can focus on the game and not...
George Soriano into the ball game for the Cardinals.
Soriano brings home the first pitch to Matt McLean, and that's outside, ball 1. It is a 10-5 Cardinal lead, and we went into the 9th inning with the Reds leading at 5-4.
Can't believe it.
Soriano's 1-0 pitch, and McLean takes down and away. Mason Wynn stays in the game. He's at short. Jose Fermin in the game in left field. Everson Pereira is in center field. The pitch, low and outside. J.J. Weatherholt moves over to second base, and Pedro Pajes is now catching. – 3-0 pitch to McLean. Strike called. The 3-1, ball 4, missed outside, and Matt McLean goes to first with a leadoff walk here in the 9th. Well, if you're going to start a monster rally, that's what it takes. Western and Southern Financial Group helps families build a stronger future. That's why they welcome Till Financial into their family of companies, helping parents raise smarter spenders and savers with financial tools built for kids. Visit tillfinancial.com to learn more. Michael Tolia, the batter. He swings and misses at strike 1. Right-hander from the belt, and here comes the 0-1 pitch off the inside corner and low. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Well, that's 6 straight balls because the first pitch that Tolia swung at was in the dirt.
Now the 1-1. Grounder foul off the front of the Reds dugout. Ball and 2 strikes.
That was a ball.
McLean off the bag at first base. And Soriano turns it loose. And a swing and a miss. Tolia strikes out. That's the first out of the 9th. And now Dane Myers.
He didn't throw him a strike in that at bat.
Not even close.
All 4 pitches to Tolia were balls. After 4 straight to the leadoff hitter.
First pitch to Dane Myers. He took the biggest swing of his life and came up empty, strike 1. Nothing in 1 on Dane Myers. Now the 0-1 pitch off the outside corner, and it's a 1 ball, 1 strike count. Soriano settles at the belt. Here comes the 1-1 pitch, and a wave and a miss. A slider from Soriano there.
I'm not sure that Soriano's thrown a strike in this inning.
I don't think so.
I think he's thrown 11 straight pitches out of the zone.
But Myers down to the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes after Tolia struck out. The 1-2 pitch. Way in the dirt outside. 2-2. Lane walked to start the inning on 4 pitches. He's still standing at first with 1 out. The count is 2-2. Here's Soriano with a 2-2 pitch. Low and away, now it's a full count. He still hadn't thrown one in the box.
One strike. Not one strike in this inning has Soriano thrown.
3 balls, 2 strikes. The right-hander to the plate with a payoff pitch to Dane Myers. Swinging a bouncer foul into the far end of the Cardinal dugout. Myers way out in front of that changeup. That one maybe hit the inside corner. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Myers. Here's Soriano's payoff pitch again. And he missed low. Second walk of the inning. Playing to second. Now Hector, well, it'll be TJ Friedl batting in Hector Rodriguez's spot in the order. And out to the mound goes Pages. The Cardinals infield will have a meeting how they want to attack TJ Friedl, who's hitting 157 in 72 games this year with 3 homers and 11 RBIs. Eugenio Suarez has moved out on deck. He would hit for Ke'Bryan Hayes. Meanwhile, Riley O'Brien starting to loosen in the Cardinal bullpen in case he's needed. Soriano's having a tough time finding the strike zone. First pitch to Friedl. Strike on the outside corner.
Good pitch right there.
0-1 on Friedl. The Reds do still have an ABS challenge remaining. Soriano readies, and from the belt, here's his 1-0. Swing and a miss and a changeup, and now Friedl down to the count. No balls, 2 strikes on Friedl. The board has 1-1, but it's 0-2 right now on TJ Friedl. 0-2, first and second, 1 out. 10-5 Cardinals, 9th inning. And Soriano delivers the 0-2 pitch, and that's low and inside, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hunter Wendelstedt trying desperately to get the count corrected on the board. The 1-2. Friedl checks his swing. They ask at third. He went, and Friedl is down on strikes. And now Eugenio Suarez is off the bench to hit for Ke'Bryan Hayes. Two on, 2 out, 9th inning. Reds down 5. Soriano delivers, and it's swung on. A little looping liner into short center field. That'll go down for a base hit. McLean around third. He'll score. And it brings up De La Cruz to the plate. Reds will have the tying run move out on deck here in the 9th inning. A pinch hit single by Suarez. So for Suarez, that is career RBI number 1,000.
Quite an accomplishment.
Yep. There are not a lot of players currently playing in the big leagues that can say that they have done that. He becomes the 9th active player to reach 1,000 career RBIs, and Ellie De La Cruz takes a changeup down too low for ball 1. I'm sure in his head he was thinking, well, it's going to be a big RBI, not the 6th run to pull his team within 4. Pitch in too tight to De La Cruz. But that's how it goes sometimes in this game. Ellie ahead of the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Sal Stewart waiting on deck. If you want to dream. Ellie takes ball 3, and the catcher Pages wants to challenge. It was close to the inside corner, had enough height, but it was in. Barely. Less than half an inch off the inside corner. 3 balls, no strikes on De La Cruz. The pitch to him is inside, ball 4, and the Reds will have the tying run to the plate, and it'll be Sal Stewart. And Sal's going to face a new pitcher. Riley O'Brien will be summoned as Oliver Marmol makes his way to the mound. Let's pause for station identification on the Reds Radio Network.
We bring fresh perspective to your organization, providing proven solutions and regulatory guidance that prevents costly mistakes. Our mission is to help clients steer clear of obstacles and stay prepared for whatever lies ahead. And when challenges arise, our trusted advisors are ready to guide you forward with confidence. Get started today at deandorton.com/Reds. That's deandorton.com/Reds.
New pitcher Riley O'Brien. He is the Cardinals closer, and boy, he has come in the thick of it.
It is a 4-run lead, but the bases are loaded. 2 outs, 9th inning. First pitch on the way. Swung on, line drive, left field. That's down, a base hit. 1 run will score. Here comes the second. Suarez right behind Myers. And Sal Stewart drives home 2 more. And now the tying run is aboard at first, and here is J.J. Bleday representing the winning run in the bottom of the 9th inning. You talk about a team trying to get up off the mat. The Reds are trying to do just that. 10-8 Cardinals. O'Brien to the left-handed hitting Bleday. Fastball high, ball 1.
I think Paez wanted to challenge that, but he's out of challenges.
Looked like a pretty good pitch. 1 ball, no strikes. O'Brien comes set. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swung on, and it's popped up high into the air, down the left field line. Out is the third baseman, and that's going to be just into the seats in that corner down the left field line. That little ball boy corner down there.
The Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah. 1 ball, 1 strike on J.J. Bleday. Tyler Stevenson on deck. Reds have plated 3 in the 9th inning. 10-8. Cardinals got 6 in the top of the 9th. Riley O'Brien's 1-1 pitch to J.J. Bleday. Fastball just off the outside corner. And Bleday's ahead in the count, 2 balls and a strike. Bleday still sitting on 20 home runs for the year. O'Brien comes set. Is back almost to home. The 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball low and in. It's 3-1 on Bleday. Well, you walk him, and all of a sudden, Sal Stewart and the tying run goes into scoring position. Cardinals outfield straight away against Bleday. Infield pulled around to his pull side. Here's the 3-1. And Bleday just took a fastball at 98 right down the middle. Full count, 3-2. That's the pitch you want to hit into the river. O'Brien sets. Runners in motion on the 3-2 pitch. Breaking ball low, ball 4. And the bases are loaded again, and here comes Tyler Stevenson.
Well, the Cardinals sent 11 to the plate in the top of this 9th inning. And now the Reds have their 9th batter at the plate in the bottom of the 9th inning. You can't make this stuff up.
And now Tyler Stevenson.
Oh, my goodness.
Dusty Blake, the Cardinal pitching coach, will go to the mound. I mean, Disney couldn't write a script like this.
Yeah, because they'd throw it out. Said, nah, you can't. That's not true. It's got to be a little closer to reality.
So here we go. Tying run in scoring position. Meeting on the mound is over. 2 outs, 9th inning. A key error by Dane Myers opened the door for the Cardinals to score 6 times in the 9th. A fly ball to left center field, pretty much left field, that would have ended the game. But it went off the glove of Myers.
Well, if you get a hit right here, that takes a whole lot of pressure off of Dane Myers.
O'Brien's home with a first pitch to Stevenson. Low on the outside corner, ball 1. The Reds only had 2 base runners through the first 5 innings of this game, a single and a walk. Stevenson hitting .448 this year, the 9th inning or later. The 1-0 pitch. In the dirt outside, 2-0. Matt McClain, who hit the grand slam to put the Reds up 5-4 back in the 6th, is waiting on deck. Now,
don't help him.
No, now Oliver Marmol is the one uncomfortable. The 2-0 pitch. Low and outside, it is 3-0.
What's the saying, Tommy? When the pitcher's choking,
let him choke.
Let him choke. That's right.
3-0 on Tyler Stevenson. Bases loaded, 2 out, no place to put him, and O'Brien's home with the 3-0 pitch. Fastball high and wide, and O'Brien has walked in a run, and the Reds are within 1. They've scored 5. Make it 4, here in the 9th inning. Ellie De La Cruz is home from 3rd on the bases loaded walk of Tyler Stevenson. And now it's McClain with a chance to really be the hero. 10-9 Cardinals. The pitch. Low and outside. Ball 1. It was first George Soriano who had trouble finding the strike zone. And now it's Riley O'Brien. Back-to-back walks. O'Brien with the 1-0 pitch. Low and outside, a breaking ball, 2-0. I don't believe it. I mean, this is truly unbelievable.
Pressure will do that.
2 balls, no strikes on McClain, and the 2-0 pitch. O'Brien to the Reds shortstop. Strike called. Fastball at the knees on the inside corner. 2-1. 14 pitches out of the bullpen for O'Brien, only 4 strikes. The right-hander readies. Here's the 2-1 to McClain. Swung on, fly ball, right field, deep. Back goes the right fielder, reaching up on the track, and Walker's got it just in front of the wall, and that's all. The Cardinals hold on to beat the Reds 10-9 here at Great American Ballpark after they score 6 in the 9th inning. McClain hit it well to right, but Walker able to run it down. That's all. Reds fall 10-9, a wild finish here at Great American Ballpark. And the Cardinals take the series, and in doing so, St. Louis has now won their last 5 series. Once again, final score, St. Louis 10, Reds 9. We're back to wrap it up right after this on the Reds Radio Network.